42 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Alex Finney in for Jamie Langley. Now, we have a lot to get to. First to this story, authorities are investigating a deadly crash. We know it happened this morning on Birmingport Road and Mike Moore Boulevard. Birmingham fire crews say one person died in that crash. Authorities tell us that a pickup truck and a car collided around 9:15 this morning. We have a crew on the scene, so stay with CBS 42 as we learn more about the investigation into this crash. New at noon, 16 dogs are dead after a late-night house fire on Hillman Drive in Birmingham. Now, we know that fire started around 9:45 last night. The homeowners tell us they were inside the home with 20 chihuahuas when they noticed those flames. The two people inside escaped safely, but only 4 dogs survived. Investigators believe the fire was accidental and may have started in the bedroom.
This part of our job, our main concern is life safety, so we ensured that all the people were out of the house, and then, as many dogs as we can get out safely. They got out safely. So, then we discovered there were other dogs that were in the house that didn't make it.
Captain Harrell says the house is not livable, and the 2 people living in that house were staying with relatives. Also new at noon, a man dies 2 weeks after being shot several times on the front porch of a house. The Jefferson County coroner says 38-year-old Jason Elliott died Thursday afternoon at UAB Hospital. He was shot at a home on 51st Avenue North on May 26th. Going to this story now, new at noon, President Trump's attorney is filing a complaint against former FBI Director James Comey with the Justice Department and Senate Judiciary Committee. Comey testified memos he wrote about his conversation with the president were unclassified. Attorney Mark Kasowitz says they'll leave it to the appropriate authorities to actually determine if the memo leaks should be investigated. Well, meanwhile, President Trump is declaring victory over Comey's testimony on Capitol Hill. However, we do know not everyone agrees with the president's conclusions. The president tweeted this morning that despite false statements and lies, he was completely vindicated. Comey testified he told President Trump he was not under investigation, but also said the president pressured him to end the investigation into fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Senators on both sides of the aisle say they're happy to have clarity after the testimony.
The strength and just clarity of his testimony, that he says the president fired me because of the Russia investigation. He made very plain in his written testimony and orally that he did not trust the president.
It doesn't necessarily mean his interpretations are accurate, but he testified under oath, and I do believe that he's an individual of integrity who would not deliberately lie under oath.
Now, President Trump will hold a joint press conference later this afternoon with the Romanian president. The investigation into Russian meddling picks up again next week. Continuing coverage, the state of Alabama completes another execution. 46-year-old Robert Melson was pronounced dead at 10:27 last night after a lethal injection. He was convicted in 1994 of shooting 3 fast food restaurant employees in Gadsden. The Supreme Court delayed the execution to consider his stay request, but later ruled it could go forward. New at noon, rescue crews in Madison County helped rescue 3 kayakers after the teens got lost. Rescuers say 1 boy and 2 girls went kayaking around 5:30 last night for a short trip, but daylight slipped away. They called 911 around 11 o'clock saying they were lost on the Flint River. Operators pinged the cell phone to tell rescuers where to find the trio. They were found near Moontown Road and Ryland Pike. The teens were safely back on dry land after an hour. New at noon, over to this story. Georgia authorities say a deadly crash involving an Alabama church bus started after the driver attempted to change lanes and collided with another vehicle. Fulton County police say the driver steered to the left and then lost control of that bus, crossed over an uneven median before finally rolling over. The bus slid into a car traveling west on that 4-lane road. And unfortunately, we're reporting today that 17-year-old Sarah Harmoning of Huntsville did die in that crash.
This is when our community is at its best. It's tragedy is unfortunate. It happens often, but our community loves each other, and they'll be right there for them.
39 people from Mount Zion Baptist Church were on board that bus, and several church members are still in area hospitals following that crash.
Well, turning our attention back to the weather world, sunshine, bright skies, and warm up as we move into the weekend. Check out this live look. This is our Storm Track Tower Cam up in Etowah County. Beautiful view in Gadsden today over the river. Ah, what a great place to be out on the water. Temperatures sitting in the low 80s. Birmingham's at 80 right now, 81 in Tuscaloosa with 80 in Anniston. Light south and west breeze. That's going to start changing things as we move into the weekend. That south wind is going to grab some of that Gulf moisture, kind of priming the atmosphere, leaving us a little on the sticky side as we roll into Saturday and Sunday. Today, temperatures are warming up. 82 now in Talladega, same with Rockford, with 78 in Johns, 80 over in Fayette. Here's the weather where you live this afternoon. The high temperature is expected to climb to 84 in Birmingham, 84 in Centerville and East Alabama, low to mid 80s as well from Aniana all the way down to Sylacauga. I expect more sunshine and more heat for the weekend, but rain's on tap early next week. I'll be breaking that down ahead in your Storm Track 7-day forecast, but getting out there in the community today is our Weather Alert Unit and Storm Track meteorologist Nate Harrington. Nate, where are you today?
Hey, thanks a lot, Ashley. We are live with the Weather Alert Unit in Carrollton this afternoon in Pickens County for one of their community awareness events. So getting the community together, getting them rallied together. We've got rural development. We've got the Pickens County Medical Center. We've got workforce from Tuscaloosa, but we've also got the Weather Alert Unit. We're showing that off today. And this church behind me, Salem Missionary Baptist Church, was damaged heavily in the tornadoes that moved through Pickens County in early of 2016, and want to get everyone aware of the weather. And we also want to get folks aware of another program that's happening in Pickens County as well. The police chief here in Carrollton was giving me information about the Alabama Yellow Dot program, which in the first hour after a vehicle accident, very important to have some life-saving information with you at all times. So we're talking about that today as well. A lot of folks from the Carrollton, Pickensville community coming out here today. You can be one of those as well. We'll be out here until 3 o'clock. Salem Missionary Baptist Church on Cedar Drive. We'll be here until 3, live in Carrollton and the Weather Alert Unit. I'm Nate Harrington, CBS 42 News. It's local coverage you can count on.
All right, Nate, thanks so much. Over to this story. It's a story that's really going to make your skin crawl today. A Trussville family says they had a very unwelcome visitor at their home just the other day. Check this video out. This picture here, as a matter of fact, the snake was found just outside their home, and boy, oh boy, it was a shock for the family with 4 young children. Now, they killed that snake, which is what, okay, a lot of people would do, or at least think about doing in that situation. But at the Birmingham Zoo, reptile keepers say that's pretty risky, and it's really not the smartest idea. It's hard to tell which snakes are venomous and which we know that they usually will try to bite you when they feel as though you're attacking them or you're trying to kill them. And this, of course, is the time of the year when those snakes come out. So best advice, well, just watch where you step.
Especially if you don't know how to identify the snake. A lot of snakes can look similar here in Alabama, and you don't want to get too close, especially considering some of them are venomous. So I would just recommend, viewing it from a safe distance. Don't try to take selfies with it. Don't try to pick it up. Don't try to kill it. Just leave it be. It's going to do what it does in nature and try to stay away from you.
You don't want to get too close if you can't tell what type of snake it is. Now, we have a link that can help you figure out which snakes are venomous and which are not. Just go to our website, WIAT.com. New at noon, a stunning election result in Britain ends with a hung government, but Prime Minister Theresa May says she won't resign. May hoped to increase her party's majority in Parliament, but lost overall despite winning the most seats. May will have to rely on another party to create a government.
I will now form a government that can provide certainty and lead Britain forward at this critical time for our country.
The leader of the opposition Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, blamed May, saying it was her decision to call the election. May is expected to form a partnership with a small party from Northern Ireland. Happening today, Birmingham City Councilor Sheila Tyson will kick up a new series of pop-up events around the city's pools and parks. She will be at Cooper Green Park this afternoon, and that location is on Dorothy Drive Southwest, where there will be plenty of free food and games for everyone. This event lasts until 7 tonight. And speaking of time, it is 12:10 right now, and after the break, lawyers continue to read depositions from comedian Bill Cosby in a Pennsylvania court. Next, the latest on his sexual assault trial and what the experts have to say about all of this. You're watching the CBS 42 News at noon. We'll be right back.
You're watching the CBS 42 News at Noon.
Welcome back, everyone. Covering Shelby County, Alabaster firefighters are being hailed as heroes after saving 2 dogs from a burning home. Firefighters found Gracie and Luna. They were hiding upstairs in the middle of all that thick smoke, and firefighters used the department's pet oxygen masks. Now we know the family and firefighters reunited Thursday for the first time since that fire. Investigators believe the fire started in the kitchen where most of the damage was contained. New at noon, a civil deposition Bill Cosby gave in 2005 was read aloud in a Pennsylvania courtroom today. And in it, Cosby says he only apologized for giving his accuser, Andrea Constant, pills and fondling her because he thought her mother saw him as a, quote, dirty old man with a young girl. Well, Constant was 30 at the time, while Cosby was 66 years old. Cosby maintains the encounter at his home was consensual. New at noon, just as her rival Katy Perry drops her 5th album, here comes Taylor Swift making her own big move. Swift's music is back on Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal, reversing her decision to leave streaming services for not properly compensating artists. Swift says she wanted to thank her fans after her album 1989 sold over 10 million albums worldwide. Your time right now, it is 12:14, and it's the weekend, and there's no better time to start a little binge watching, is there? Coming up, when you can catch the latest episodes of Orange is the New Black.
Well, we're seeing sunshine today, and the heat's cranking up this weekend. I'll have details coming up in your Storm Track 7-day forecast.
You're watching the CBS 42 News at Noon.
Well, this is a quick glance at one unique opportunity that I had yesterday to speak to folks at the Optimist Club. Very excited to present to them the importance of STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and math. And it's something I will be traveling around the state sharing for the next year. So I'm very excited that folks here in Birmingham allowed me to be a part of their day yesterday.
Yeah,
so very unique opportunity.
That's awesome that you got to do that. I'm sure you were spreading a really great message, of course.
Yeah, and really to engage our youth and especially young girls.
Absolutely.
So, that's right.
All right, we hope to engage you when it comes to this forecast right now because we're talking, it was a little chilly this morning.
Yeah, for
a welcome change.
Yeah, I would call it refreshing. Wasn't it nice?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But the sun is back.
And that means temperatures.
Heat is on.
That's right, cranking up. It was a pleasant morning, but warmth and sunshine will fill our afternoon, but the temperatures will be even warmer as we move into the weekend. This is a live look now from our Storm Track Tower Cam in Gadsden. Temperatures across the board anywhere in the 80s. That's where we're landing right now. 80 in Birmingham, 81 in Tuscaloosa, 80 over in Anniston. The only places seeing some upper 70s, Gadsden's one of those. Upper 70 center. It's kind of the very northern fringe of our viewing area right now. Hamilton and Double Springs both at 79. As I break down your day hour by hour, we're in the low to mid 80s between 3 to 4 p.m. and we're going to hang on to the low 80s even through around 6 o'clock tonight. I don't expect those temperatures to start dipping back into the 70s until after sunset tonight, and then those lows will settle back in the 60s overnight. Here's a look at the sky in Birmingham. Again, I just love this view today. Can't get enough of it. 80 degrees in the Magic City. Winds out of the south. That's really going to be changing our forecast just a bit because winds out of the south grabbing that Gulf moisture, kind of spreading it out across the deep south. That will prime the atmosphere for some more humid days ahead. So that humidity will be felt over the next couple of days. Air temperature rises. Dew points will be climbing. It will feel more summer-like outside. You'll feel the stickiness in the air. Temperatures nearing 90 tomorrow, at 90 Sunday. With all that moisture in the air, well, that's going to set us up for our somewhat typical weather pattern, summer-like weather pattern. Dry mornings Monday through Thursday, but isolated showers and storms for the afternoon. One of those things where I'm not asking anyone to cancel plans. We're not going to have one of those weeks, but it's definitely something to keep your eye out for. A good idea to download our WIT Storm Track Weather app, and that's where you can actually track this rain from the palm of your hand. But again, you won't have to put that in use until next week. Enjoy the weekend sunshine. And that's a look at your Storm Track 7-day forecast. Alex.
All right, Ashley, thanks so much. Your time right now, it is 12:20, and the countdown to the Tonys is on. Next, the surprises to expect from this year's show. We're going to let you know, so stay with us right here on CBS 42. We'll be right back.
You're watching the CBS 42 News at Noon.
Welcome back, everyone. Entertainment news for you now. Kevin Spacey is gearing up to host the 71st Tony Awards this Sunday, but another familiar face might steal the show instead. We know Lin-Manuel Miranda, whose Hamilton dominated the 70th Tony Awards last year, is set to perform, and other winners from last year will also be performing. You can catch the show right here on Sunday on CBS 42. Over to this story now. Right now, authorities are on the lookout after the largest private collection of Star Wars memorabilia was stolen. Around 120 pieces worth, get this, $200,000 are missing from a Bay Area collection. Most of the items we know are from a vintage period between 1977 and 1986, including a wind-up R2-D2 and cardboard Death Star. And over to this now, the ladies of Litchfield are officially back. The hit Netflix series Orange is the New Black is back for its 5th season. The latest episodes hit the streaming service overnight. The show picks up in the middle of a prison riot viewers saw at the end of season 4. Your time right now. Stick with us. It is only 12:24. We have a whole lot of show for you still. We'll be right back. You're watching the CBS 42 News at Noon.
You're watching the CBS 42 News at Noon.
Well, a quick recap for today. 86 for your high, heat and humidity for the weekend. More unsettled weather next week.
All right, Ashley, thank you so much. And everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you tonight on the CBS 42 News at 5. Take care. Enjoy your day.